Привет, ребята! Только что начался 36-й Devstream, который я ждал весь день. Я решил не искать самые интересные моменты, а записать весь Devstream полностью и вырезать просто скучно и оставить практически все. Не будем медлить, потому что могут сейчас показывать что-то интересное. Скажу сразу, я не такой уж знаток английского, чтобы переводить дословно каждую фразу, однако я буду пытаться перевести вам ключевые моменты, которые будут акцентировать нам разработчики, и стараться передать их в моем видении. Будут показывать нам кадры из нового режима, может быть даже покажут видео, может быть покажет нам новое оружие. Все, не будем медлить, Ребекка нас ждет, Скотт, Стив и Джефф и Шелдон нас ждут. Поехали.
Right.
Without
I'll just
further
repeat.
ado,
That's actually my contribution today. Is just
Hear
gonna be
that echo
repeating
chamber?
stuff. Yeah.
Так,
just repeat
Just in
it.
case you didn't understand what we just said, I'll say it again.
Kubros should all be hot pink.
For sure, yeah.
Great.
розовый кубру. Что?
One other piece of information for housekeeping, this has been particularly long, sorry, is our weapon skin contest is now live as of today. So if you have the chops to get a file downloaded that's the .psd, you can go in there and make your skins for the Dual Zorin, everyone's favorite, the Vectis, and the Ac Magnus. You can do all three, you can just do one,
Говорят
but
про
you
скины
can't
для
do
оружия,
more than
для
one for one weapon.
парных зарян.
Our forums has all the information, it's in the header, weapon skin contest. Check it out if you have the chops to make yourself a weapon skin.
Jobs.
And of course, this is the first time that you can earn platinum in game. So 25% of all sales of this skin will go towards your account. So, a riddle, quickly.
I'm tired, man.
A riddle?
We've been.
A
Давайте
riddle.
пока
I hope your brain isn't tired.
они
You can be physically
I'm
tired.
tired. We saw a
рассказывают.
lot of Tenno.
We did.
In
Вокруг да около ходит.
We did.
I mean,
Скажу
last
грубо.
month. I mean,
Last
Немного
3
поговорим о новом
weeks.
режиме.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Ну,
But
во-первых,
what do
следует
you,
сказать,
Sorry,
что
Gary said it, but
новый
go
режим у нас
ahead,
будет.
yeah.
what do you get when you combine
игра
Noah's
в космосе.
boat with bird lifters?
Показывали нам трейлер на
Noah's
Ten
Boat
Life
with
2014 на Gamescom. Выглядит, конечно, эпично, но почему-то у меня это вызывает немного опасения,
I suppose Arcwing
потому
is
что
the answer.
That's the answer.
Thank you.
Yes,
Oh my
Arcwing.
God.
All right.
Yeah.
что-то они
Yes,
замечали.
I asked.
Потому что как-то выглядит немного сумбурно, ломающийся корабль и то, как мы затем летаем в космосе.
I thought it was a good
Мне
riddle
будет
because you said
интересно,
Chad had
как
a hard time.
будет
Like a whole
проходить
minute
этот
to
переход
solve it.
And the
из
winner in the chat one was Aaron
обычного
Peace.
корабля,
You won
обычного
500
атмосферы
platinum
в
for
космос
getting
вместе
that
с
in
крыльями
chat.
и
Test
со всеми
their
причиндалами.
plat.
Скорее всего, вот, мне кажется, это все будет происходить так. Мы заходим на миссию и уже находимся в космосе. Еще, может быть, к этому привяжет какой-то ивент, может быть, привяжет получение нового фрейма.
We're officially changing the name to Warframe Lifters.
Поживем, увидим, как говорится.
Wow.
Pay for a theme.
Stop laughing.
Warframe lifters.
As you know, with every stream we do our platinum giveaways. So we'll do our first one now. We had our test plat winners. Message our Twitch page with your Xbox Live account, your PSN ID, or your PC alias. We'll hook you up. Stop laughing.
А
And
выигравший
we'll
в
do another
каком-то
plat
конкурсе
giveaway.
просто
Right now,
написать.
someone's about to win 1,000
ID.
platinum.
Oh, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
А, нет. А, наверное,
Winner
конкурс есть.
is Draco EX. DRACOEX. You have won 1,000
Xbox
platinum.
One,
Message
что ли?
our Twitch page.
Они, кстати,
with
недавно
your
запустили Xbox
information,
One.
whether it's your Xbox account,
Точнее,
your
не они
PSN account,
запустили,
or
они
your
запустили
PC ID.
Warframe на
You can use
Xbox
that to
One.
customize as bird lifters.
Customize your
That's
bird
awesome.
Yeah, your bird lifters. All right, way to
You've
go.
ruined Arcwing with that, by the way. Now everyone's gonna call it bird lifters.
Она рандомно выбрала, что ли?
Pepper.
Из чата? Сейчас
I
посмотрим.
earned your game.
Stop. You just stop.
All right. Anyway,
People are ripping on that. One. They're
Поздравления.
having a good time.
why? It's
You've given them some fodder. I love it.
okay. Come up with a better riddle and we'll
Yeah.
talk.
All right.
Come up with
Yeah.
a better riddle that the answer is
Так.
Arcwing, and then
No.
we'll talk. Until that time,
No.
thank you.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Good luck.
It's like
So,
Jeopardy.
our first question, as
Удачи.
you know, we do our Q&A period, is going to be from. I'm just letting
Q&A.
Xbox first-time viewers
Oh,
might not
yeah,
be
right.
aware of the.
С
how we
Xbox
do
связанное,
things.
что ли?
Shenanigans,
This
yeah.
is
Well, what
the-
are we doing today? Because I think today's kind of cool.
Today's a really cool day because we have some questions and assets to show off, as well as
Yep.
live Arcwing gameplay. So
There you
Scott
go.
is going to be driving the.
Сегодня будут вопросы, ответы, геймплей с нового
I'm in so much trouble.
обновления.
The Arcwing gameplay. You saw the trailer. You saw it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think just It was awesome.
Yeah, I don't
Chills.
know. We were excited and nervous about it.
Yeah.
I think it
Они
was so different.
And when you were
волнуются.
like kind of pigeonholed in the middle of the
Yeah,
stage.
exactly.
Because
Exactly.
we
Как у
couldn't
них
change the
получится
banner name, and I was supposed to be
сделать
sitting
это
in the middle,
обновление.
but because it was a flat file,
Yeah.
we couldn't switch Rebecca and Jeff, so.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
got
we
that.
couldn't change this thing.
No.
This. Oh, that's
It would
awesome.
have been a lot better to leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and I could have been
But
Jeff.
yeah, that was amazing. That
was very
experience.
cool.
Yeah, and then I think we had some
Круто,
people question
великолепно.
about it being on rails and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that was only because the way the cinematic was set up.
Right.
Actually, we showed a lot of gameplay in that, and then we ended with the melee stuff.
Yes.
And the melee wasn't
Говорят
really
об оружии
ready for
ближнего боя,
capturing
ближнего
gameplay.
боя,
It still is
обновлении,
tricky, but
как
it's
оно
better
будет
than it was.
выглядеть в этом режиме.
So what we
Если я
did was
понял
we set
правильно.
up, Jay Baker did the animations for swiping across, and we just set up and just kind of knocked down
Как
the
будут
That the
выглядеть
enemies
взмахи
engineers like
Conveyor
volleyball
belt.
pins.
оружием.
So it was really just to kind of show that there's going to be a melee component
Right.
to our space
Компоненты
combat,
мили
and
хотят нам показать, как я понял.
So hopefully some people got the wrong implication that I meant.
Yeah.
It was a real sequence.
Well, you're about to
But
see.
we shall rectify that.
We should.
So
we
stay
shall.
tuned for
Yes.
For Scott.
Noah's Bird Lifters demo in the stream live on the dev build,
Noah's bird lifters.
driven by Noah himself. You actually kind of
He's
have a
got the
Russell
beard.
Crowe
Yeah.
kind of vibe going on right now.
That movie was
Опа,
terrible.
это что-то было.
Our first and most important question,
someone
arguably,
a
is from
telephone?
Sasky92. Will you be able to upgrade to Worm Prime if you beat a certain score in Wormius?
Oh,
Апгрейд
Wormius
фирма
question.
Prime.
It's the first question of the day. Waste no time.
Would you be able to upgrade to Worm Prime?
If you beat a certain score in Wormius.
Yeah, if we can set the score, for sure.
Deal.
All right, you heard it here.
Excellent.
That score is going to be very high.
All right.
That's going to be very high.
Yeah.
It's going to be inhumane.
Yeah.
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 I don't know
Worm
what today's itinerary is, but are we going to talk about anything? Like, I feel like
we skipped.
There's all
I feel
this
like we haven't-
stuff
We
everywhere.
haven't talked about PAX
Well,
or
that was a
10:05.
joke question.
We're
to
not
segue.
actually on a schedule this
That was a
time.
joke to segue.
We're
Because,
on
and
a
of course,
segue.
what's
Yeah.
Wormius? If you didn't see,
Они
Wormius is
говорят
the
сейчас про
next
шутку,
minigame
игру
that's
Вирмиас,
coming,
где
and
мы
I
so-
see what's Wormius.
в 2D
I see
режиме
Wormius
играть за
is
Вирма.
asking what's Wormius. Yep.
And Wormius is the worm side-scrolling minigame that is coming at some point down the road. For a rainy day,
Игра?
quote unquote.
Which
So-
room
Близко.
is that on the web?
Oh, cool.
We're going to show it again?
Actually, they didn't get to see the full thing at.
No.
Warren says he's going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, you can bring it up right.
So
Okay,
while
so
he
while
brings
Warren brings that up, Wormius is a new mini game that we're adding.
Вирмиас это
Starring
новая
Worm.
мини-игра,
But,
которую нам
of course,
показывали
we
на
showed it
канале
off to
2014.
kind of right
Они
hook
сейчас говорят
people
о ней.
with the reaction at 10:05.
Как бы
It's the big
шуточной игре.
reveal.
That's how you felt about it. Some of
Самая
us felt
рыбака.
like that was the big one. But yeah, a little surprise.
Yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, do you want to talk about what's been decorated upon our live
Oh my
stream
god.
area?
Look at
Oh,
all this
wow.
stuff.
I know. Wow.
So I don't know if you can.
Классный экскалибр у них.
So
Всегда
well, we'll
обращаю на него
talk
внимание.
about. If you missed prime time last night, we went over our gifts in a bit. I put everything I could stick on Excalibur
Они
that
его
would stay. We
нарядили.
got the tentacle hat, the
Великолепно.
Warframe Digital Extremes military cap, the Xmas Tenno monkey, the mask part of the Shade Sentinel. We have Steve.
There's Steve. He was a
I was
gift.
a
Маска
gift.
He was the gift. The first gift we got.
And then
I tried to give it
behind
back,
me, We
but-
have
Hillbilly Jim and King Kong Bundy.
we have the Polymelodic's wonderful pink shorts
Amazing
Excalibur,
painting,
and we
yeah.
have Volkoviai's amazing poster that we're going to get mounted very soon of none other
Yeah,
than
it's basically
Frost.
like a Frost movie poster.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Frost the
Super
movie.
awesome.
Yep.
And we have some
Постеры
wrestling action
Frosta.
figures that will help us
Hold those
demonstrate
things in
combat.
place. Yep.
That's actually how we're gonna
That's
do.
our queen.
That's our
the
queen.
queen demo. It's gonna be flying around with King Kong
I
Bundy.
can't touch them or the poster will fall. So, but yeah,
Oh, we're gonna show
Скотт,
Wormius?
Скотт шутит,
Wormius,
что
yeah.
это
Wormius.
ну, плакаты и то, что они сейчас нам показали, опа, новый геймплей, это демо
yes.
нового
Warren wants to show
обновления
'cause it's his
Arkwing.
logo.
А вот он и Вирмиус, про который они сейчас говорили.
Check it
Kong
out.
Bundy, yes.
Are they getting sound?
It's so insane.
No, they
Сейчас.
have their own. I'm sure they're getting sound.
Спросили, где звук, и кто-то озвучил пиу-пиу.
Are you making one? And sick logo. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a pretty good run.
Yeah.
I guess this was for.
Oh, and this is the final boss.
Это босс.
Yeah. The projectile configuration is.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the part that
Ikaruga much?
Немного
Yeah, we
странно.
didn't show this stuff.
They didn't?
No, this is completely.
I like that
cut off.
they're throwing crates at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
The loot
a
crate.
little bit placeholder
Are you
looking,
kidding
isn't
me?
it?
That's amazing.
There's
Awesome.
actually loot.
Выглядит
Yeah.
впечатляюще. По отношению к графике.
Buff super.
Все, убили.
All right, so there's Wormius coming to a mini game station near you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, we
На-
saw you guys at 10 Alive at
That was a
PAX.
really great experience.
Yeah.
It was,
Ten
it was
Alive.
really great.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Met
so
some very
good.
cool people.
Говорят, что это
I
круто,
will never
это
forget.
великолепно, это
It was
awesome.
amazing. Makes me a little emotional thinking about it right now. So, anything to say on our?
Yeah, well, what's crazy is people with the gifts, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even just people coming out, period.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Traveling
people
from
traveling.
all
yeah.
over the
Just
place.
Yeah,
Like,
and you know, like really specific questions that they've been saving up that you know
Yeah.
they wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
that they got right from our mouths what the answers to. It was great.
and it was always yes, because they're right in front of you.
I just said yes to
Are you
everything.
gonna buff that? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
of course. I made a huge list.
Так, и
Yeah, it was
that
amazing.
That was really cool.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Actually, some of the attendees are asked. One of the attendees asked the question, "What about Wormius?" So there you go. That was Sasky.
All right.
Excellent. So we'll move into a next question right for you, Jeff, from Loop Stricken, who desperately wants to know where those cross-frame
для Джеффа.
animation packs are.
Oh yeah, we were just
А,
talking
пока
about
не
that.
эмоций.
We put in an official task to put it into the game.
Excellent.
So I'm hoping for 15. I think, again, it kind of is a bit of a.
This is the
The
idle
data's
sets.
This
on
is
any
the
frame.
different. Yeah. So anyone doesn't. So just to clarify,
Yeah.
it's the different idle sets for each frame.
So
You can get
everyone
them.
wants Ember's dual wields idle on
Yeah,
Rhino.
exactly on Rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
they
Can't wait for
Oh,
those.
yeah, cool.
Jacques was just putting mirages.
Oh yeah, with the hand on the hip.
On Frost, and it looked pretty amazing.
Pretty wild.
Анимации
I
новые.
agree.
Oh yeah,
But,
because her noble one is the hand on the
прибыть,
hip
так
kind of
сказать,
thing.
к нам.
So that's
Yeah,
amazing.
so-
some
обновлений.
stuff some work has to go in with how it gets implemented in the store and in the marketplace,
Of
and then
course.
the UI guys as well.
Right.
It's going to be another.
I guess it could
thing
kind of
to
go in
do.
the animation part in a way.
Yeah, yeah. So.
But is it going to actually be like, you know, we have 20 frames now, all with unique, noble, and
Yeah.
agile. So is it going to be?
Yes.
I'm not
40,
sure. I don't think you'll be able to buy, or I don't know. We haven't really talked about it a lot. Like, I
We
think-
did, but that was like 2 months
It
ago.
was a long time ago,
It's,
and then-
it's already out
Yeah,
there.
I think
but
we
I think
had
we were saying unlock, and then you can use it, like unlock X goes anywhere.
Yeah.
It became sort of part of your
Yeah.
your repertoire, your catalog,
Right.
Yes.
right?
But
we
it's
weren't
not
going to
like-
make you like pay for this on this permutation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah, yeah.
And it's not like, again, like we're talking about this live, but
Yeah.
is it, you don't
Говорит
get the whole
о
catalog, or do you
системе,
get
по которой
individual
будет
pieces?
распространяться данные
Let's
анимации.
talk about it after.
Либо
Yeah,
будет
figure this
все
out.
сразу
But we-
открыто,
we-
то есть можно
but yeah,
использовать
it's
сразу все
definitely in the works.
анимации.
Yeah, for sure.
Они не хотят делать так,
Um,
чтобы
on
было
that note-
плати за
I see
это, плати
questions
за
about
это, купи то, купи это.
Noah bird lifters, and we'll answer all of those when Scott does the demo.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
actually.
Like,
thank
does
you.
every Warframe get their own and all
Yeah.
that stuff? We'll talk about that.
Our thread
Very
as well
soon.
as chat, I have a whole section dedicated to Arcwing questions because you guys asked very, very good questions about this coming feature in the game.
Okay.
So when we get to the live playthrough point, whenever we decide to do that,
Говорит, что хорошие
we will
вопросы
talk.
задают ребята о
Segue them
игре.
or
No,
segue?
echoing.
Точнее,
Echo.
о том,
Oh, sorry.
что будет
Sorry.
добавлено в игре.
Sorry.
So angry.
Echo away.
Плюшках.
All right. Our next
Wormius is going to be inside a Warframe. You're fighting, that levels you're fighting Corpus and Corpus drones. I'm just seeing questions.
Yeah.
Are they fighting other Sentinels? No, no, no. Wormius would never do that to his brothers.
Never. No.
Yep.
Our next question is from
Только в скоростном
Stingray97, who
сражения
asks about
и игра
status
будет
chance
в
mods and
Warframe
buffing them.
внутриигровая.
They
Типа,
are often overshadowed by dual stat event mods, as you know, your jolts that give you a much larger increase in status chance. Combining those with others, you can do way more with the event mods than the raw status chance mods themselves. And as a related question, as you're thinking about that, is Not of Metal asks, will we ever get status chance over 100% like we did with crit chance, which introduced red crits back into the game?
So we're gonna have red status chance?
I
говорят,
don't know. Permanent status effects, maybe?
Really,
it's
really
like-
frozen?
красном
Really, really
Well,
bleeding?
you would expect a degree of permanence, perhaps, if it was over 100%.
шансе срабатывания,
Permanent. Permanent.
шанс срабатывания
Yeah.
стихийного мода
I don't know. That's just,
ввели
that's just
недавно,
totally me
если
spitballing. But
шанс срабатывания критического урона больше 100%, то
buffing,
может
yes.
вылететь красный крит.
Yes, definitely.
Красный крит это и есть
ABB.
тот урон,
Well,
который получился у
we're
нас
talking about,
вот
there's
в эти
like a
более
bucket,
100%.
right? No,
И
okay,
спрашивают о том,
Explain.
We were just
будет
talking
ли
about buffing and nerfing and how we
So much
could just
power
say-
in the game.
So much
статус
power. So if he
срабатывания.
puts
Everything has
more
to have
into
a little bit
something,
of
he has to
power.
take it from something
модов,
else.
как бы.
So we're thinking of the top
Это связано с тем, что
bring those
есть
down a little
новые
bit, and then you could
ивентовые
buff.
моды холодные,
dare.
которые
That
имеют
seems like a
урон
good
And
idea.
if you think
холодом,
this is a good
собственно,
idea
и
Oh,
or
it's
a
like
bad
a, it's a
idea,
zero-sum game.
Yes, a zero-sum game.
It's a
Zero-sum.
zero-sum.
It's a bucket of all power in the game.
I mean, technically, zero-sum would mean everything's balanced, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
That's I
That's
think what
technically-
a zero-sum game is.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yes.
Not necessarily fun, but balanced.
Yes, balanced.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely been looking at more buffs. Oberon stuff has gone out. The Glaxion is getting more changes and
Okay.
buffs.
People have been asking for that.
Ксион
It's a
бафнут.
funny weapon because of
Это-
having the cold proc kind of built into it. I didn't want to go too crazy
классное
with
оружие,
proc,
потому что
but then
Yeah,
also
slow
didn't go
super powerful.
Есть,
too crazy with the DPS, but we're upping the proc chance on it. I think at kind of where it belongs.
Okay.
So that's coming hopefully.
Шанс
with the next
срабатывания
topics.
стихии, что ли, ему поднимут, потому
I was actually
говорят, что
looking
это
at
классное
the
оружие,
heavy
имеет
melee
просто
weapons
бешеную
today,
скорострельность.
because, see a lot of complaints that when Melee 2.0 came out, that the heavy guys kind of lost their kick when we
Yeah.
took away the charged melee. So I'm definitely going to go back and revisit those guys and give
Maybe
them,
Galatine will live again, sort
yeah,
of thing.
give them back their kick. Definitely always looking at.
Give them back their kick.
Я сейчас
I like
не
it.
вполне
Yeah, I
понял.
like that.
Yeah.
Однако
So-
вы
Almost as
сказали
camera
возрождение
shake.
Галатина.
Put the camera shake back up
Может
to
быть,
update
немножко
six-
поправить
update
момент
7 level.
2.0, который вот недавно нам
God,
говорили.
this is back
Or
up.
is the camera
Спасибо.
actually shaking? Like that one? Yeah, Dean hit it.
Oh, it's simulating the game. Update 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so definitely looking at buffing and changing and finding where things lie and moving things around. So
Excellent.
Бафы,
Do you have any thoughts about the greater than
изменения,
100%
то есть
status
улучшения,
change stuff?
изменения.
not off the top of my head.
Okay. Permaproc.
Permaproc.
Permaproc
Is that-
2014.
Is that
Is that too easy to achieve though? Because right now, if you have
Yeah.
all 4 event mods, you can get it.
Yeah.
All 4 maxed event mods.
but I'm not even sure it would be worth it, but maybe.
To have a perma bleed, yeah, I got it. It
Yeah.
depends on how fast you're killing your enemies already,
Yeah,
which is
I'm not sure. Like red crit is like whoa,
Right.
you know, that's pretty amazing. But
Yeah.
a perma proc, in some instances, could be.
Красный крик,
Yeah.
например,
Well,
на
that was
луках,
no
Could take
на
the
на
excess
луках, на
percentage
луках,
and
это
convert it
великолепно.
to time.
Oh,
They all have. We'd have to find a good place to put it
Yeah.
systemically.
UI, oh my nightmare.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah,
Ночной
definitely something we
кошмар.
could look at, but definitely buffing the status chance mods. You know,
So instead of the 10%
Бафнут
max, we
моды
might
на
go higher, we might approach it differently.
yeah, I might nerf it too.
статус,
alright.
шанс срабатывания.
Whatever you want to do,
Just keep
it's
it
your,
on your
it's your
toes.
design. But on the
Что-то об
topic
этом
of the
говорят.
buffing, Valifor and many others ask about the Bratton Prime, and then
Брейтон Прайм и
Yeah,
дробовик.
see, it's,
I know it's
you
everything.
could never win, right?
Well,
Эм,
it's a
You
constant.
buff snipers, okay, now buff shotguns. Now go back and buff rifles. Now go back and buff
Yeah.
snipers.
But there was
It's a cycle.
It's a
and then it
cycle.
just keeps
Шутка
getting
о
worse
том,
and worse.
что люди постоянно просят
Until you get
бафнуть,
everything.
бафните
I can-
винтовки
I'll take a
снайперские,
look.
бафните
See
то,
where they're
бафните
falling
луки,
lately,
бафните
yeah, see what-
The
автоматические
Bratton Prime was
винтовки.
the most obvious individual weapon in this thread for this question and answer period. So of the 20 pages, the Bratton Prime appeared the most by a lot. So,
Yeah.
but I will send you that as well. Just they may want to hear about your thoughts, I guess. Take a look at it.
You don't want to hear my thoughts.
Yeah, I
They're
thought-
dark thoughts.
That, like Steelers won't win.
Steelers related.
You've been waiting all this time for that
I know.
terrible, terrible segue.
Sorry. Well, you started it. All right. Our next question: did chat say anything about permanent? Oops. Hello, screensaver.
They're kind of
About
back-
permanent.
Some people
proc-
said no, don't do it. Too powerful.
Just nerf everything. Hey, Barbie UI HQ, you won the test platinum. Don't forget, message your page. He said something, nerf everything to Bratton Prime level. Gunblade. Look at that. Buffing the fire rate of Orthos Prime. All these questions. Everyone wants to see their
What?
weapons.
Really?
All right.
Chat is basically,
Yeah.
hey guys, or don't nerf my stuff, or
Corona for the win.
Buff this weapon.
Yeah.
Aw, there you go.
Комментарий.
Stairway to
Dork
Sim.
wants me to sell them.
Не ешьте
Stairway to
это мое
Steelers Town
раздражение,
fan. There's someone in
бафните
the chat.
There's been a lot.
это.
There's been a
There you
lot.
go. We have some new friends.
Yeah.
All right, our next question is from Archwizard, who asks for word on old announcements, such as cloth physics for the 3 cloth warframes, Frost, Trinity, Bolt.
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh God, I know that's
What
pops
the
into me.
hell, Jeff?
I know, I'm going to ask you this every stream. So
This
it's-
is just on Jeff, though. This
Oh,
is
man.
this is
No, I
a
know.
character team.
It's actually it's character team and
Yeah, Jeff.
it's Minky.
As much as I like throwing Jeff under the bus.
Come on, like, this is an opportunity.
This
We
is
gotta
it.
take it.
Just
like
him.
literally the bus.
Yeah.
Get it?
Aha. There you go. That's better.
There you go. All right, go ahead.
Dean's even zooming in on me. Yeah, specifically those characters have to kind of have their in-game models reworked to support the cloth physics.
Right.
Like
Look how close you are.
any new characters that have dangly bits,
They're actively.
they're modeled so that they can work with our physics system. So.
Yeah. The next
And
warframe
then
is
we
dangly
were
bits are gonna be
investing some time heavily into what's the particle effects we use?
The Apex stuff?
The Apex. We were looking at the Apex cloth physics, and
Yep.
we couldn't get it to work. And
Хотят
we
проявить
put a couple
физику
months
в
worth
игре.
of work into that.
That sucks.
Oh, did we abandon that?
We abandoned it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
Really?
Really.
Why? this is shocking.
I know.
We might have to sidebar this.
Yeah, I think we should sidebar it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we will
So
sidebar
we'll-
Because the nice thing with that was it worked across all our platforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, the note to Steve.
I'm going to get my C++
Yeah.
for Dummies book and I'm going to write some cloth physics.
Chris will
man.
be very happy.
You're not very
with that,
technical though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, so it's basically a longer task.
It is a longer task, but it hasn't left our.
Right.
Yeah, like we're still trying it,
We
but
actually
obviously
we
Steve's
talked about
still-
that the other day.
What's that?
Так, ну и
We did talk about it.
давайте
I'm
что-нибудь
sure you're seeing
интересненькое.
F word
The
in
next
chat.
warframe is actually
The F
going
word.
to have lots of
Focus.
dangly bits.
Definitely. Yeah.
What?
The F word is coming in chat.
The
a lot,
F word
which
is now means focus.
The F word now means focus. You can see it in all
Doesn't mean
caps.
what
And
you
I do
think it
have
means.
quite along with what I'm seeing in chat, as well as I have something from the
Yeah.
thread as well about this, because it appeared on every page more than once.
Yep.
But Archwizard had a follow-up, which was hubs, and that was one of the old announcements, just an update on that situation.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Are we going to commit?
It's happening.
Yeah,
It's happening.
It's happening. I think the hubs are going to happen before Focus. Focus
Or maybe we can go right into that.
had, I mean, we went
Not
back
a lot
and
of
forth.
focus.
Yeah.
Focus had a bit of focus and started looking like Warframe powers, and that I
Yeah.
think
Yes.
caused us to kind of eject from that system.
Caused a lot of arguments.
It was creating a lot of problems, and so to create that alternative advancement system and squeeze it into mods, without stepping on mods, which tends to be statistical boosts, and like Warframe powers, which tend to be unique abilities.
Yep.
That's kind of the space that it's still struggling to get. But
Yeah,
we're not
I-
giving up on it at all. We still believe in it.
Yeah, it's still
It's
work
still-
in progress, and it's still
Yep.
Right.
is actually is a functional system in the game.
It works, and
Yeah.
we accidentally activate it all the time and,
Yeah.
and laugh.
So
I'm
chat's
hoping today
asking-
I don't actually activate it on my account.
What
Yeah.
is focus? Someone in
Yeah.
chat's asking. If you don't know, this is one of the
Yeah,
endgame.
some people might not, because it was
Yeah.
a while ago we
Yeah.
talked
So if you
about
don't know
it.
focus is what happens to the XP after you're rank 30, and that gets pooled into a new point system that allows you to specialize at a level that exists above the specific item, kind of like your player specialization. And what we do know is that it's going to be the original Tenno houses and the Madurai and all of these different specializations that is kind of thick with lore, which I think people will really like. However, the focus things that we've done so far we're not happy with yet, because it tends to feel either like a mod or it tends to feel like, oh, that probably should just be a Warframe ability. So what we're looking for is stuff that creates synergies across Warframes and their weapons and that sort of thing. So it's in development. I don't think it's 15. What is 15 is the player hubs, which we demoed, I don't know how long ago
That
did we
seems
demo
like
that?
maybe 2 months.
I think
Говорит
A
о
couple
том,
months ago,
Yeah.
which was a technical
Сейчас
proof of concept,
фокусирует свое
which
внимание,
is
то
a
есть
social space for people to
они
hang out
говорят
and
о создании как бы
look
домов,
at, you know, in each
кастомизации,
region
и
of
это
the solar chart,
не
there'll be
то,
a
что
place
нам
you can
даст
just
15
go
обновление.
and see tons and tons of other Warframe players and chat with them and insert utility, function, interesting
Yeah, interesting.
activities that will make them important. Yeah,
Yeah. Beyond just the social space, yes, there will be
it's like a
stuff that-
town in an MMO,
Yeah,
right?
we'll add
like there are probably quests in there.
NPCs and
NPCs,
stuff like that to get
quests,
things.
absolutely.
Like ideally the new user experience should have ended in a hub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like so. That's
Right.
like-
Yep.
Well,
And Scott
since
had the
we're-
great idea for the hubs, which we're going to try to do. I'm not sure for 15, but imagine it, I guess, like maybe like the Mass Effect Citadel, where it's this large space with these NPCs and these sort of regions and districts within it. But there are sections like property for each clan to build a subsection of their dojo in. So,
Oh,
like
is that
we
where
did with
can
the
you do
dark
trading in
sectors,
there?
Ну, как бы представляю
that
себе
probably will
картину
come.
Mass
Okay.
Effect
That's an argument
с
Scott and I have
NPC,
to
с
conclude.
различными
But,
зонами,
so
с
the idea would be if you want
безопасными
to
зонами,
rent
где
out a
будут
space to
игроки различные
recruit, or
строить
that you
доте
want to show off,
и прочие корабли.
some subsection of your dojo,
Like we
you
run,
can attach it to that.
We run events pretty regularly now, and I
Yep.
think we give out trophies to clans and we give out them rewards, and they only have their dojo to show them off. But I think this would be a cool space to kind of be like, oh, it's the X clan's room off of the main hub, and in there.
Imagine just walking
You can
through that
walk in and
hallway
see their
there's
clan
these
logo and
rows
see
of-
their
Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
rows
I,
of trophies
I can
and-
feel the fibers of the internet shaking,
Yeah,
and oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, so I think having a
Chaos.
customizable space like the dojo connected to a public space would help with clan recruiting and would help
Yes.
with the
very-
players'
yeah,
engagement in the
definitely.
world.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, this could be like the little sub lounge for
Yeah,
the
and
main
we're
That's
hub.
awesome.
we're actually working on a Guides of the Lotus program as well for the hubs, which, you know, if you're a good upstanding community member, you'll get a custom badge that's
Yep.
only you have
Yep.
if you're part of this team, that you basically can hang around in hubs and offer advice to anyone that has questions, new players, and you
Yep.
basically get to be a deputy in these hubs that
Yep.
by
That's
your
awesome.
social standing can help and help and help. And
Well,
Ох, простите. Нечаянно нажал.
People's clans.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
thing
Like
that
it's-
we were talking about
Yep.
was giving clans further specialization and giving them further
Ну, пока
directions
не
to go down instead
мечтают
of being
как
able to
бы
research and get everything. They'll have to pick a direction so that they
немножко
can start
потянуло в
crafting
сон.
and building things that, you know, the other clans can't because they went a different
Несмотря на то,
direction.
что,
Right? And then there's this interaction and
ожидания
potentially,
длились
you know, in the hubs
довольно-таки
there'll be
давно
the
с
ability to
момента
go to those
объявления
customizable spaces and be able to purchase
данного
those items and
Devstream.
get those items that only that clan can build.
Yep.
oh,
So giving them more
говорят о кланах, о
reason
том,
to
что
That's
их
how you
надо
create a
строить.
functional economy, I think.
yeah.
Точнее, о
Right?
том,
The dwarves
что
are
они хотят
mining,
сделать,
and the
чтобы
elves
кланы
have
могли
wood, and
что-то
they need to
там
trade in
строить.
order to craft
Space
the
elves.
weapons. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. I don't know how far we're going to go for 15 on that, but that's our goal.
Long term.
That's our long-term goal is to make
В
the
15
cooperative
обновлении не
participation
будет
between
того, о
clans
чем
more
мы сейчас
interesting
говорим.
rather than
Построить
just having
какие-то
Or
a
even
competitive
alliances.
cooperation.
кланов,
You know,
там
even
связь
alliances, the sales
какая-то.
alliances are more a reason to be because then the sub clans could also then specialize, and then the alliance is the umbrella that holds it all and makes it work.
And I think I'm hoping that I saw questions like how many in the hubs at one time, and I think that's going to be probably something we're tuning while it's live, but it really is bandwidth dependent. But I'm hoping that number is going to be close to 100, and it's going to kind of work
Will it
like
create new instances?
yeah. So it'll work if you go there and it's full.
Интересно, сколько
It'll
людей
spill
сейчас
you
смотрят
over into
данный
another
стрим?
one. Kind of like the 3D analogy of a chat channel,
Right.
where it forks a new instance.
6014
There will be
человек смотрит
issues,
сейчас.
obviously, like anything we do, because
Отлично.
the pace of change in this game is so insane versus other games. But I think there'll be something really compelling, at least to start with.
All right. I'm going to give away a platinum prize now, our second
Sounds
one.
good, yeah.
Who's it going to be? And the winner is
He looks like a dwarf.
kinda look a little like a
Alfrahir.
this
Alfrahir.
guy.
Alfrahir. Alfrahir. You have won 1,000
That was the
platinum.
quickest platinum giveaway ever.
I know. We have a lot to talk
was
about
like-
today.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
Alfrahir.
We
you-
need,
I need
need
an
more
extra
sound
person.
effects.
Where's your sound effects?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm
super
off my
disappointed
game.
right
I'm
now.
off my game.
You are
Actually,
off your
I'll
off
get
my
you back
game.
on your game right now.
What?
Alfrahir, you won 1,000 platinum. Message our Twitch page with your PC alias, your PSN ID, or your Xbox One gamer tag, and we'll hook you up.
Yep.
Question for you.
Yep.
Will we ever get simple commands for Kubros? This is from Solid Beer,
Когда-нибудь будут
like stay,
команды для
attack,
кубров?
etc.
Solid
Сидя
beer,
такой.
like
Solid
a frozen, like a beer
I guess
sickle.
so. Or it's like, that's a good beer, man. It's solid.
Solid?
beer.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
Wow.
We have looked at that for sure, because obviously we see a lot of people just waypoint.
Yeah.
So there is, even for controller support, that was something that we were concerned about, was just how many buttons do we have?
Totally.
Can we ship Warframe? Can we somehow get foot pedals out to players
Yeah.
so they have more buttons to push?
More free foot pedals.
Yeah. So you can kick your dog. No.
Horrible.
Like, why? I'm so lucky.
Yeah. So
You're not even
is that
drinking.
possible? Yes, that's possible, and it's definitely something that we've talked about. I don't have an
Возможно,
ETA on that.
добавят команду для
Probably
кубров.
comes along with them,
Опять-таки, возможно.
with the pointing and
The emotes.
saluting.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
All those things have to kind of fold.
I think
Yeah.
hubs need emotes. So
Yeah,
We talked
definitely.
about emotes before. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be,
And related to Kubro is from Jihan and many others. 3-hour wait time for Kubro defrost makes the transition from your loadout a little cumbersome compared to Sentinels and other things.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on where that system is going?
I saw a really cool idea actually that player suggested. I think it was on a Reddit thread.
Reddit?
Yeah, it was on Reddit.
Здесь началось
of
35
kind of
минут.
using
Стрим
cryotic
идет.
and
Oh.
argon to
Пока
craft
толком
a
ничего
resource
нам
that
не
you could,
показали.
you could help swap, so they basically
Может быть, они
would,
оставили все на сладкое.
help them thaw quicker.
Right.
Speed thawing.
Yeah, speed
lot.
thawing.
Right.
I thought that was a
It's a hairdryer.
Cool
Instead of
idea.
it
You just make a
being
hairdryer. and just-
Yeah, I mean, going along
good.
with it on the
Yeah.
theme of like the DNA integrity and stuff like that, you could actually kind of use a medication
Right.
to get them over their hibernation sickness quicker.
right.
So I really like that idea.
That's cool.
So we're gonna work on that.
That's very cool.
Something like that.
All right. Our next question is from Griffin4848. So pumped. Quick question. When will we be seeing Season 3 alt helmets? I can't wait to see what the design team has whipped up for Ash, hoping for less venomous and more ninja-esque design. So, Season 3.
I'm glad he's pumped.
He is pumped.
So pumped.
I actually, right before the stream, I asked Minky if we had any more concepts to show on alt helmets, and the answer was yes. I don't
Really?
know. I don't know if we've shown. I don't think we've shown these, and if I have, we'll just cut it. But
Wow.
we might have.
I think we did. I think
These
The,
are progress,
the
aren't
Necros
they?
and Vauban ones?
Oh, I don't know if we saw those ones.
I don't think we did. If we did,
Was it?
we
Was
showed
it?
Nova.
Alt helmet
Rosie.
reminder.
Alt helmet reminder that more is
Let's see 'em,
coming.
let's see 'em.
take a look.
Yeah, we do
Ну,
this, remember?
сейчас нам что-то
I think we did
посмотрят,
We
посмотрят,
did
покажут.
Necros?
We did Nova.
We did
Ну
it.
да,
We did
They're
it.
not these guys.
шлемах, это шлема
We
для
I don't think we ever showed
Вобана,
these. I don't, they were new to me, so I
I
don't.
love 3.
3 is amazing. So
Второй
this
по
is Vauban
счету
alt help
какой-то
concepts.
вообще
we
странный,
have-
пристранный.
More Vauban alt helm concepts.
Это вообще какая-то
A
наркомания.
lot going on.
Первый шлем вообще
We
как
got Necros alt helm concepts. These are new, right?
these are new. These are
Yeah,
new.
totally.
они
Please
все
confirm these are new.
That's
This is
really
new, not
cool.
seen before.
То есть
Whoa,
то,
these
что
are
мы
new.
сейчас умеем
Love you
говорить, то, что нам
guys. Thank you.
показывают.
Necros, and then
I
last.
love that we can't
Еще
even,
не
we're like,
слышали,
are these
а
new?
какие-то тоже они.
Well, we show so much
Ну,
all the time.
первый и второй
Three
так
is
неплохо
1 and
выглядит.
3 is.
One
This
is
is
cool.
Necros now.
Нужно мне отойти сейчас за водой.
One is
very Excalibur.
Скоро вернусь, надеюсь,
One-
ничего
Very, very Excalibur.
такого не произойдет,
Love it.
ничего не
The horn,
поможет.
I guess.
It's the horn.
Anyway, we don't have any Ash to show right now, sorry, but yes, more alt helmets are
терпела.
always in the works from concept to implementation, so
Alright.
it's pretty cool.
Все?
All right, that's cool.
One
Very cool.
quick question from Aegon Eyes. Please let us solo void missions again. I can't pause to answer my girlfriend. She thinks I'm betraying her. So, how many relationships do you want to ruin before we fix escape
Wow.
equals pause?
Wow.
And he said, I beg you, DE, all caps.
What's
For,
wrong?
well, since he's
have-
begging.
to
For his
have
relationship.
Yeah, for the relationship,
What platforms are you on?
he was on PC,
Всё,
but
нужно
the
зайти.
escape to solo pause is probably broken again, as of like a few weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. So we should fix it.
I think that is broken.
Thoughts on that?
That should work. And we will
Save
save your relationship by making sure that
working
works.
on dev?
It's
It
working
works on
a-
dev, so we'll make it
Missed
work
it.
for you.
Missed integration?
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry, Aegon Eyes. We will save that relationship.
And if you get in any trouble with your girlfriend,
Yeah.
you should privately message
At-
Scott McGregor,
Yeah.
who will
Yeah.
give you a recommendation
Yeah.
to smooth that all over.
All right.
And any general advice about the fair sex.
Or life.
He could tell you.
Our next question is from Azamegon. Azamegon asks, ever consider making coptering more of a real thing and not just a silly-looking quick oversight? And then he refers to a thread that allows it to actually have a more proper animation, which would
I
make
think
it...
that's okay. So we did make it a legit thing.
It is a real thing.
No, I
It's
know, it is
definitely
legit.
legit.
No
Yeah.
longer a code bug and
But they
actually
want
a,
like a specific
a feature.
like presentation.
A
I guess
the
for it,
way
like
it's
a-
presented, because you know how you get
yeah.
the little feet sometimes, and you get
Yeah.
all the...
Sorry, it was
I
a little
guess-
fast feet.
Yeah.
I like fast feet, it's cute, but...
That's ninja.
Yeah, I guess I do cringe a bit at the presentation of it.
Certain weapons are worse than
Certain
others.
weapons are worse.
Oh,
than
for the
others.
wiggle in
yeah,
air?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
wiggle in air, I think.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's the velocity is so high that
I would
you
like
go
to
back
make it
to
look
the,
better for sure.
Do you have any ways you would approach making it look better, considering how widely used it is? Or?
It would just be a custom anim, I think,
Right.
just to play during that. If you can trigger that.
like a slide.
Some little like propellers that come out of your back.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
Warframe
yeah.
lifters.
Yeah.
Warframe lifters.
Warframe lifters.
Oh
Frame
boy.
lifters.
Yay!
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow, frame lifters.
Yep.
Yeah.
You hate it.
Yeah.
You hate You hate it.
Yeah, I do.
You hate it. You hate it.
Damn.
You made it. You took
I don't know
something
how you
cool.
got
It's
to
a real
bird
thing now.
lifters.
Yeah.
It is. Actually, I see someone in
a real
chat.
thing.
It's like skiing in tribes. It totally is. That's a really good observation.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's when
Yeah.
we realized we should not mess with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we definitely were always kind of on the fence about that.
Totally. It was Glenn. Glenn was a hard advocate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
To keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
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 I don't like it.
Our next question
You
is
don't like it?
You hate it?
Debbie Downer.
Because you
over
can't do it.
What is you're like the
here. I
anti-Rebecca
know.
today. This
You're
is
cranky
like,
today.
That's what I'm drinking now.
You wanna
I
kick
got,
dog-
I got the. I'm
You're
like,
kicking
wow.
dogs and
Yeah, this is I'm just
anti-cop
getting mad
and-
about stuff. This is-
You should. Okay, good. You have a beer.
I'm
That's your
drinking now.
problem.
I'm drinking
yeah,
now.
that's your problem. I think.
I'm very sorry. I'm gonna change my ways.
It's like a Snickers commercial. No one likes you when you're sober.
yeah. Jeez. Oh my god, that is horrible. All right. So, our next question is from Hybridon, who asks not only about abilities in drop tables. I'm going to get you while you're. So, not
All right.
so.
Go.
That's primarily the first question.
Aren't they so excited? Like, for example, where was the Tampa stance?
Oh,
Uncommon.
we actually have a question about that. A very, very positive thing from other grunties saying the way you introduced the Tompa stance Gemini cross seems to show our concerns about stance founding has found your ear. Will this affect how other upcoming stances will be placed? And maybe make the glaive one easier to get. But so
No,
either
it definitely will. Like that was some community feedback that dictated that a little bit. It was good to hear.
I think that was a live audience that
Yeah.
forced you
Yeah.
to commit
Yeah.
to.
Okay, so maybe there's a lot. The pressure of people, telling, asking. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the positive response was great. We
Yep.
want to make sure that stances are accessible, but sometimes they're challenging. Like I really like the way the I can never say it. The sword and board.
11th store?
11th store. No. I was
Oh, the Silva and Agus.
Yeah, Silva and Agus. Yes. Getting that off of.
Lephantis.
Yeah, getting off Ventus was interesting. I thought.
Yeah.
But getting Tompa, making it a weapon that everybody really wanted, and that they're able to kind of see
Yeah.
that full explosion that you're able to do with those animations,
Yeah.
getting that a little easier. It's a good thing.
Yeah. And I mean, that weapon itself was also market. It wasn't plan research either.
That's
so.
right.
Did you ever look at the collision for the weapons themselves, the hit proxies? They're still a bit off. I've seen a few.
For
people-
Tompa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Warren's
Warren's
nodding.
nodding. Yeah, Warren's nodding.
You're like this
Yeah.
close and you're not.
Yeah. There's still some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should look at those.
There was a really sweet video on Reddit, though.
That was an awesome
It
video.
was like a 6-minute
Oh, the
Yeah.
Tompa
That was awesome.
mastery. That was
like,
insane.
oh my god.
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was amazing.
Yep.
Made my day.
We have some questions about new the enemy types that we showed.
Не знаю,
uh,
случилось что-то
invested.
интересное за время
I
моего
know you brought
отсутствия или
some
нет,
stuff.
однако
All right.
There really is.
всё
We have
это
stuff to
запись.
show?
Scott Johnson.
Expanding the
Что-то
arsenal of
показывает?
He's being pretty
enemies.
creepy.
Арсенал
So the cool. So we
врагов.
showed, I think, like the bipeds. We call them bipeds internally. The MOAs. So we got some new
Зараженные.
ancients coming. The new types that Tom
новые
has been
древние.
prototyping.
Yeah, you
And
may
this
have seen
guy.
these in the enemy design stream
Yeah.
that we did, but
This
now
guy
we
is disgusting, and it's amazing.
Come on.
Он отвратителен, это
It's
замечательно.
one video.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What
So.
Jeff, we need
I know.
Kubro finisher.
Look at this.
Это новые, древние.
It's so
Показывает нам.
disgusting.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like
Тех,
a whole range of different infested type or ancient types.
It's like it's a bowl of potato
Огромных.
salad.
Yeah.
So this guy, he's ripping his chest open.
Это классно. Да, это...
What is he showing
Well,
in there?
right here. So these
Вот
guys,
это мне
these guys
нравится
pop
больше
out,
всего.
and
Великолепно.
there's like a flood of them that pop out and kind of they pour out of them.
What?
Yeah,
Out of his
charge-
chest?
Yeah,
Что
I
это?
remember.
Tom,
Кто
Yeah.
это? Как
Tom
они
has an
куда?
awesome prototype.
So Tom is, he's got some really
Посмотрите,
awesome stuff going
посмотрите.
on.
oh, they're kind of cute,
Yeah,
Dean.
and they
you're
stick
right.
to you. They stick to you, and you gotta like.
Окей.
So there's some really, really good kind of like
That's so.
more gameplay depth being added.
I am so
Those
impressed
guys,
with
so
this. This is
It's
so,
really, really great.
It feels so much more
Глаза
ambitious.
прикольно двигаются.
Wow.
That is.
Yeah.
That run right there.
That
my
run is
God.
the worst thing ever and awesome at
It's
the
kind
same
of. It looks like a
time.
Kubra puppy.
Этот
I'm not
бег
gonna lie.
самый худший.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The guy that's the bowl of
И это
I
ужасно.
know.
is
Come on.
just that is
Jiggling like crazy.
yeah. This
Yeah.
what is that?
That is so.
What is
know.
that?
That is so repulsive.
That's Minky, and then
Oh, did he poke himself? What's he doing
I
there?
think he's scratching his.
He's like,
he's
get in
he's
here.
scratching his innards.
Но если это пройдет на замену,
That is.
это что честно.
Oh yeah, totally.
Это
Okay,
классно
that
будет,
is
да, это замечательно.
disgusting. And you can
I-
see like the old prying remnants keeping them together.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I
totally.
can't wait for Jeremy to do the effects when they explode.
That
That is
is
also
тоже
super
стоит
gross.
that is
показать.
just
How big is
oh,
Вот это выглядит
They're
тоже.
the
the
ancient
dangling in there is
Yeah.
just making me very uncomfortable.
Those look like they look like infested Kubra puppies. Like, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Кобру
You can try and pet them if you
инфицировал.
want to.
Ew,
Заражен.
get
I
out
don't know
of
if I'd
it.
recommend.
Oh, man.
It looks sharp.
That's disgusting.
All
Well,
right.
All right.
Yeah.
our
Perfect.
Our
That-
next question is from Nightframe: is Arcwing going to require a quest?
This is an argument we're having a lot right now, actually.
Yeah.
I
That
see.
Yeah.
we really haven't decided to be completely in.
We're leaning towards yes.
Yeah, at least Jeff and I are.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we're leaning strongly towards
Am I the
yes.
only one leaning towards no?
You might be. You might be the
What are
only
the, what are
You
the,
were the one talking in
No.
Germany. You were
The
talking
thing we're
about
wrestling with is
even
does
doing
everyone
I think
get
the
one?
problem-
We need a quest, but I think we also
the
don't
thing
want
we're
to. We want to make sure
Yeah.
people aren't locked out of
Right.
places
Being able
where
to play it.
you're
Yeah.
going to play it.
Yeah, totally.
do you mind showing us a little bit about the Arcwing?
But I think
Is
that
it
might
Arcwing
be
time?
might be
It's
worth
Arcwing
it.
time.
Really?
It's 4 to
Yeah.
3. We
Это
got lots
время.
of-
I
Ну,
wanna-
вас
I
сейчас нам
wanna
будут
pass
показывать
forward. I
обновление.
wanna feel
Alright,
Это
fine,
сейчас прям
fine.
самое
That's what Sheldon
приятное.
wants.
Да, давайте, ребята.
I mean, obviously,
You also wanted a Kubro blender, so
the quests I think are something we really need to do more of. So,
Конечно.
so that would make sense to do it for Arcwing. And I see people saying they want that, so okay,
yes, Arcwing needs a quest.
fine.
Yes, I
So
want a quest.
it'll be a
Questing.
300-step quest.
300-step
Yeah.
quest.
Get
You have to
outta
basically
here.
complete every node.
Playing the wrong transmission.
Oh, did you guys see the post? There was a
Clever
post that is Arcwing how Stalker gets to all our ships all the time. Whoa, that was a whistle.
That was a good whistle.
Totally random. Saying that
Some glass shattered behind us.
What is going on?
Do you have a?
What happened to you?
nothing. The Stalker could get, the reason he can always appear is because he uses the Arcwing to get from ship to ship, and he should be the quest.
Obviously, we planned this all along.
Yeah.
Totally.
Come on, guys. Come on.
But-
Some credit.
This
People
is your
think we're
segue to
making it
show
up as we go
gameplay.
along.
Come on.
This is your segue to
Arcwing.
show gameplay.
Arcwing.
Arcwing.
Show some Arcwing.
No
Show our
bird
обновление.
lifters. No
Oh my.
bird lifters.
Даже в ладоши
I
не
don't
хлопали.
record, but I
Давайте и мы
don't
похлопаем. И
I'm a stealth ship, not a cardboard pod.
People are going to think we're.
Am I gonna
Welcome to
restart it?
Canada. Whenever you're ready. So
I
we're
had an
gonna-
awesome time at PAX while he's
man.
booting
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
guys
sounded
went to
really
PAX.
good.
Rebecca and I
Were you
went to
at
PAX and ran the next level
Проснулся,
booth with
родилась.
Warframe in there, which
Давайте.
was really cool. Lots of people playing defense competitions.
Yep.
A lot of,
Yep.
Yep.
we
Yeah,
were
I'm ready
walking
when
in from Starbucks and guy walks by with a gray founder shirt. And Rebecca's like,
I'm
hey!
looking
And he was like,
Yeah.
whoa!
And then one guy had
Звездным
his
ящиком
Warframe sweater on, and I was like,
Starbucks.
"Sweet sweater, dude!" And
бы
it's just
окружение.
in a
Yeah,
it's like an
that's awesome.
identifying
Cool.
of the.
I was going down like the escalator and I heard like, dude, dude, on the top, like, whoa!
Yeah.
It was just, it was really fantastic.
awesome.
We met so many amazing
Работали над
people,
тем, чтобы
and we took them out to
выглядело это
dinner.
замечательно.
The
и
dinner
The
was
impromptu
amazing.
dinner. I have
Impromptu
photos
dinner
that I'll
was-
share.
was
видел
amazing.
космос
But
и
they were-
огромное пространство.
yeah.
И,
And,
Господи.
Our
So what
Reddit
you guys
mod,
did, you guys
I
have
don't
like
know
a-
if I'm supposed to name people or not, but our Reddit moderator actually helped me run the ID at
He
Xbox.
sounded
Yes.
really amazing.
Because
Yeah.
he's
He's
like,
the best.
dude, you look really busy. Because I was manning 2 booths. I'm like, hey, we play Warframe. Here's the crew. Hey, and then he just stepped up and he was just like one of us. He's like, hey, have you
love
heard of
that.
Warframe? It's this,
Yeah.
and he's explaining it all and showing
Yeah.
the controls. And
I'm
it was
convinced
just,
we have the best community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
seriously,
yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, they're the best. And
Narbe went with us and he's like, no,
Okay.
your fans are like really positive, and really, really nice.
yeah,
Это
Other games I
как у
worked
него
on,
в
they're
руках.
not like that.
That's cool.
So,
yeah. And,
That's so
yeah,
good.
Narbe and Drew came to
Они
give us
что-то
backup
сделали
just because we got
с,
so busy. So that was
А
amazing.
руками
Yep.
Warframe, потому что пальцы
We
более
bird
детализированы.
It was
We
bird
bird
lifters.
lifted them in with metal lifters.
So now we're going to show you the dev build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dev
Here we
build.
go.
Отлично.
Camera
Focus.
shaking.
Typical.
Звук.
So this
Ребята,
transition will still be different
Стоп.
for gameplay.
Я не вижу
Still
какого сейчас
using
уровня.
This is our big
Excalibur.
reveal transition that we showed.
Май.
So here we go.
Sounds working for them more.
Это мы
The
все,
idea
конечно,
that never
видели,
really came
но
across was that
Skype
you were supposed to be getting magnetized
Right.
while so this process, so you didn't just
Ладно.
get flung out, and
Качество
then when you were
пока.
ready, he was going to release you.
In fact, the effects look like they're not even.
Yeah.
Ortis needs to say
So-
more stuff.
Yeah, he needs. Yeah. Yeah, definitely
Ну да,
people
как я и
want
говорил,
Ortis the process.
появляться мы будем в космосе, значит, с крыльями.
So now, now Scott Scott's about to hop into real gameplay right now.
Ну да.
He-
So this is it. This is it. Here we go. Got some Grenier. Find these pods here.
And it was just decided yesterday these Grenier
смотри.
designs are going to be.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
a melee?
Yeah, we're
This gets being
redesigning.
redesigned,
We're
right?
redesigning the enemy.
Did you shoot at that glass?
Shoot at some glass and fly through it. That's
That's
obviously the best part of this whole thing.
All
Whoa, collision.
right.
did
So
that
what
on
can we?
purpose.
So one of our questions about the Arcwing is what can we actually expect the Arcwing to do? We want to know what we're looking at when it comes to this
Arcwing gives you oxygen, so you don't pass out.
And that's the main feature.
That's actually the main feature. The propulsion benefits are sort of a sub-secondary purpose.
So we have the Arcwing system. He's out there shooting Grenier.
Yeah.
So in each Arcwing, I forget what this Arcwing is called. Scott, you see what
Glass.
it's called?
So actually, Rexel
we can't see it.
asks.
It's actually in the upper. It's on the upper ring. What do they call it?
Oh, Danatata.
Ononata. Yeah. So that's like that's like a dragonfly. That is what
Ononata.
that means.
Только я не понял, это
So
миссия
Arcwing
зачистки.
is there's going to be multiple Arcwings in the game.
Или
All the
что
Arcwings
это
are going to
за-
work on any warframe. So it really is like splitting off a sub arsenal
Yep.
for yourself. You have your arc. You can choose what Arcwing you want to have. You can choose what heavy weapon you want. In this case, he's got like a crazy big minigun. What's that one called, Scott?
Классные
Imposter,
оружия добавят,
Imposter,
которые
or
можно
something?
будет использовать только в космосе.
Imperator.
Imperator.
Если я
Imperator.
слышал
He's
просто
working on a
Крымов,
railgun
то есть
right
если
now.
что они
Okay,
говорят,
railgun.
Yep.
And then
From
you
Grandma
also will
House,
have
слушай.
basically a heavy melee weapon, like an Arcwing.
So you select the
specific
Arcwing, and then you've got these two slots.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
right.
fill.
And then we're kind of mimicking. We want the actual gameplay mechanics that you're used to playing to kind of mirror into this game style. So you won't be able to use your power set, but each Arcwing will come with 4 different unique weapon types that are
Right. So in using this
Yeah.
wing set, I have
Yeah.
4 powers.
You have 4 powers. So
And-
Scott did a couple of them. He launched a shield. Yeah, I think he
Can you
launched
launch
like a
one for
counter.
us now? So
There's-
that's a
there's the
missile.
counter
That's a cannon. Oh, okay. So what's that?
That's a stasis.
That's a stasis
sphere,
sphere. Yeah.
All right. And I mean,
It takes them 3 hours to thaw.
Yeah.
we kind of dropped. Stop it. We dropped Baelor Fomorian as something that
Yeah.
players can expect. Is that really?
Yeah, and so your warframe in this mode becomes kind of like the energy source for the Arcwing, but it's 1 through 4. Its 4 abilities kind of eclipse what your warframe has.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So they get remapped. So I think what's really exciting with that is that people get to learn different Arcwings, and then they can kind of mix and match them with the.
Do you know how many we're going to
warframe
ship
like.
with?
That is still up in the air.
Right.
Obviously, we always do magic 3s for this stuff, but you know, we'll see where we get.
Right.
Mobility-wise, it should feel similar as well. Like you're going to be able to,
Accelerate.
like you'll have the mechanics of sliding. Like
Oh, okay.
so in this case, I think when you sprint, you can't shoot, but if you slide, or if you hit crouch, so that it would mimic sliding, you can kind of keep your sprint momentum going. You can do straight
что
runs,
щас?
so you can still
Okay.
shoot while keep that speeding.
Это
And then when you're in melee
крылья
mode,
стреляют
you can
у нас.
do a custom melee attack,
Right.
similar to a slide attack.
Right. So this
So-
the general muscle memory of
Exactly.
running through the level
Это с крыльев, то
is
есть вышки
very
в
much
крылья встроены.
applied at this level.
And proof that this is on dev, I
Почему
can
он
see
руки
glitch
тогда держит
already.
как-то странно, будто у него
Yep.
Yeah.
в руках должно что-то
Which is
быть.
this is the invisible weapon, which is the most powerful. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's back.
Ага,
So we're
это был-
talking.
So the Baelor Fomorians are the new Fomorians that Heck was trying to build,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
this is what actually destroyed that Corpus ship that you were on. So it kind of started with a Corpus mission, and then it transitioned into this when the Corpus ship was blown up. I don't know how far you. Oh yeah, you've flown
He's gone.
quite a
He's gone.
ways
Yeah.
away,
Yeah,
aren't, haven't you?
He's in an asteroid. It looks in it.
So
Wow.
Am I going to go to the forum?
yeah, if you want, yeah, for
Fomorian.
sure. You want me to talk about explaining it,
Oh
Scott, or you want
my
to talk?
God.
Yeah, so here is
It's a
Да,
little bit big.
выглядит
the
впечатляюще.
Fomorian with its.
Yeah.
Good lord.
There it is.
Yeah, it's pretty massive, and he's like basically on turbo right now, and it's still
Yeah.
hardly moving.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this
Where are
ship
you going?
is freakishly huge, and then of course you fly into one of the chambers to kind of do your Death Star attack on it.
Oh my.
And he's inside the belly of the
Yeah,
beast.
so he's inside the belly of the beast, and then your objective at this moment is to injure it from the inside because it can't attack small craft, and this is kind of based on the like where Arcwing originally comes from in the lore.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy, yeah, because everyone was saying, what's a Baelor Fomorian? And,
Yeah, Baelor Fomorian is just like Fomorian amped.
Yeah.
and now you
Senior,
know.
Yeah, and so
I
the
love that.
the really cool thing is the way Scott's got this set up. I think you disabled it for this demo, but you have to use the debris and plan your route to get to the Fomorian. Otherwise, it will
that's right.
nuke you with the super red Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of the strategy, is fighting the local enemies, but also making sure that you're kind of going between
Right.
islands
A little bit of cover.
of asteroids and debris
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing.
So how
So-
does this work cooperatively, if at all?
Oh, it
totally.
works cooperatively.
How do revives work in space?
How do revives work in space? In a very fascinating and
Yeah,
interesting
there's a
way.
whole new mechanic for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
I
a
was
lot
just-
still to
We have a lot to cover.
There's still a lot
Obviously,
to
you're going to
cover.
be, in your 0G bleed out, and then someone's got to come over and revive
Right.
you. But yeah,
That's insanely awesome.
we're trying to map the game onto this.
So what we've established is there's going to be a whole new weapon set for the Arcwing loadout.
And this was Mag Prime's lore entry. I just saw someone make that connection.
Yes.
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 Yes. For so long you've been sitting on this,
know.
wanting to
Yeah.
tell them whoever guessed that Meg
Yeah.
Prime with the wings.
Yeah. Whoever guessed that was very clever.
Excellent. That is amazing. So we have whole new weapons coming with this system. You cannot use your existing loadout. Someone actually, Kaiken asks, can I
Новое
use
оружие с новой
my Soma in
механикой,
space? Can I use my existing
которое
weapon?
можно будет
We definitely
использовать в
pursued that
космосе.
for a
We
while.
did. We started there, and
Советы,
then
так
I think
скажем.
even just we realized how, well, it was like such a huge content sink to have every weapon in this setup work, and then we have to restrict some people's
Спать-то
weapons.
хочется
like
уже.
bows,
There's some weapons you won't be able to.
kunai,
Yeah, who
you know,
you,
like-
you gravity
yeah,
plus.
yeah, and then just
Kunai in
I know,
space.
exactly.
We had Kunai, and I think
Yeah.
Flamethrower was another
Yeah.
one. That
Yeah,
was pretty
Flamethrower.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Kubro get arc wings? What happens to your
Yeah.
companion?
And then I think just given the enemy types that we're going to be fighting in here, it just seemed more appropriate to give you. It really just seemed more appropriate to give you custom weapons.
Right.
Yeah,
I
this
think
setup.
you made the right choice
Yeah.
there. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't imagine the flamethrower making any sense at all
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
Давайте
space.
I think it'd be more exciting for people to have this other mode to
Yep.
customize.
We have some push off rounds. It's not in yet.
It's not in.
I think we're still prototyping that.
Because some of that stuff looked pretty neat.
Steve and Scott didn't like it. They're like,
What?
yep.
Oh, really?
So
That's what the sound we make.
What didn't we like? What did we
We
get
kind
confused
of we did some test animations where you can kind of, again, to kind of work in wall running.
you can use the environment,
You can kind of grab and push off with the environment.
but
and
it's not
stuff.
in right now.
It's not in right
Oh,
now.
because someone was asking, can I use the terrain to propel myself further? In chat,
Yeah,
I just saw
yeah.
that.
We did a really kind of rough animation test with that.
And what are your abilities? Someone asked about abilities because I think they missed that. Arcwing kind of remaps your abilities. Scott, what do you got on this guy?
4 is like a toggled stasis bubble.
So
Yep.
press for once, press
yeah,
again.
so this basically creates a slow bubble in space.
Yep.
3 is homing missiles.
Okay.
So
Get some of those. Yeah. Oh, that seems very effective.
That is
and
amazing.
That is awesome.
2 is his anti-missile system. So when you're
Love it.
stationary, it kind of looks like angel wings.
Yep.
And when you're
No
flying,
accident.
you,
And then one is a shield, isn't it?
They're like
Yeah.
countermeasures.
Oh, countermeasures.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
one
So-
is a shield that kind of gives you a front-facing shield to block enemy fire.
Wow.
Oh, so it actually moves with you.
Yeah.
Are there going
it's
to be
stuck to you?
What's kind of the theme of the next Arcwings we can expect? This one is obviously very much utility and control.
Yeah.
Are we going to have like stealth Arcwing? Is that going to make its way into it at all?
Yeah, I think like the rest of the Warframes, I think sky's the limit. You know, we'll come up with themes, we'll come up with
Yeah.
ideas. And, you know, hopefully the community is like, hey, I want to see an Arcwing that does X, Y, Z, and we're
Yep.
like, yeah, that sounds amazing. We'll make
Oh,
it.
someone just says very Zone of Enders feeling.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, we can finally cross
Slide
off.
do? I saw a question like,
Yeah.
what does slide do?
So
that was the
in your. Oh, so yeah. So actually, Scott can show what the slide does with the melee weapon. Oh, you're disappearing gun.
Опять оружие пропало.
You probably have to switch back and forth. Yeah. So there it is.
Вернулась.
So when you have your gun out and you sprint and slide, oh, now he's gonna do this melee. So it's a custom attack that doesn't actually function yet. It doesn't have any damage associated with it yet, but it'll be a more powerful kind of radial attack, kind of like the when you sprint and slide. Just slide.
Right.
So and then when you have your weapon out, when you slide in space, it'll keep your sprint momentum speed-wise, and
Okay.
you can do strafe runs. And we don't have it in here, but there's a couple tests with the Grenier Galleons kind of popping in.
Okay.
And they have a whole bunch of cannons on the side of their ship, so you kind of do a strafe run and take out the cannons
Nice.
as you go by.
Wow. People are asking about, of course, loot drops in space. How will this work for any loot-based
you wanna talk about
gameplay?
the asteroid stuff?
Oh yeah, asteroids.
yeah, it works.
It does. You have to physically pick it up and it comes to you. Is
Yep,
there
yep.
gonna be-
It's touch based.
Are you talking about the extra mining stuff?
Yeah, I mean, when we first got it working, we didn't really have any enemies, but I still thought it was just awesome just to kind of fly around and kind of explore and like look for resources. So maybe there might be something where it's sort of like a little kind of leisurely go for a stroll and
Destroy some asteroids.
yeah, look for some rubido, you know.
So you can just kind of go asteroid mining on your own time?
Yeah, we'll see what we have for 15, but yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's sort of a neat diversion
Right.
for the game, and
Sentinels or crew bros?
Yeah, a lot of people saying what happens to my companions. I would think they're not eligible
They
to
just
come.
float away.
Ortis has to pick them up.
Or just picks them up?
Yep.
No,
They-
they're strapped to your bottom.
Strap.
It's dog
Like tandem
like
bird
a little-
lifters.
Yeah, you can only use one hand at a time.
I think,
Странно, я так
like,
понимаю,
obviously this is
вверх,
entirely
вниз,
different
то есть
gameplay
нельзя
as well, but it's the
повернуть
first time
так,
you'll get to
чтобы
put, offensive
поменять
skill set
его
on some frames that, like
уровень
Trinity, who has
горизонта.
blessing.
Да.
So if she's going around with this on, you suddenly have any frame can
Спутано
use this
свет,
power.
вверх,
And we
вниз.
did do a poll and exhibition a while ago for generic powers, your calls for that. So is that going to be put on hold for this type of approach to,
No, I think that's still in development.
that's still in development?
Yeah, I think this is another subset of basically sub-warframe style abilities
Gotcha.
that work in a space flight bird lifter context.
Gotcha.
Are weapons tied to Arcwing type?
No.
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 Nope.
But there are Arcwing weapons.
There are Arcwing weapons.
So they
Yeah.
work with them all.
Yep.
Yep. I got you.
I love the ripped open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Corporate
there's
ship.
just decimated ships
Yeah,
here.
that's so cool.
Pure carnage.
Yeah. So the beginning of this mission, basically, you start out as it's a corpus mission. And as you go through, the Lotus is telling you like something's wrong, and you start to see. Do you remember the invasion missions with the
Yep.
the Grenier pods landing and exploding into it?
Yep, yep.
We've gone back and retrofitted the tiles, having the Grenier actually showing up.
Yep.
Mixed enemy type style, so you'll have Corpus fighting Grenier, and then by the time you get to the end of this mission, the current setup is what you currently see, which is like this is two under attack. You got
Даже уже не слушаешь и не слушаешь
Yeah.
его больше.
So what happens when you
Наблюдаешь за
collide with
геймплеем,
stuff? I
который
see that
сейчас
question popping up a few times.
We showed the window.
показывают.
Yeah, hit the
Что
window.
уже сил нету.
You're sending him on a
Они в самом
countdown.
начале
Do it again, do it again.
Oh, I thought there were sparks and stuff from that. Never
Yeah,
mind, never mind.
yesterday there was
Признаюсь.
sparks. Apparently
Oh,
they
really?
didn't take
Okay.
it out.
You're sending him on a path to hit
Alright.
things on purpose.
So you can take a little bit of damage, or yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like you
you
take
do.
a bit of shield damage there.
I
Yeah.
think Jacques was saying I think it is speed based as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So there's a small hit that you get every now and then. Yeah, there's a small hit there.
wow,
So. Oh.
All right.
that is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Scott. Looks,
Thanks, Scott.
It looks pretty exciting.
Holy shoot!
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't wait! I can't wait! I
Pretty
can't,
fun to work on.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's-
That's unlike anything I ever could have imagined to play in Warframe.
Yeah.
Arcwings are not cosmetic. Each of them have their own stats and their own powers.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
they're
is-
functional.
Treat them like a warframe.
Yeah, we showed
It's sort
you.
of like an attachable sub warframe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it has an oxygen tank as well. That's right. Let's give away platinum to celebrate
actually
that
has
amazing
oxygen,
feat.
yep.
Here we go.
Wait. I wanna.
Wait.
I need to do this right.
Yeah, you've been off this stream, Sheldon.
Yeah, I know. I could get kicked off. I don't have sound effects, so.
Some of the questions are going
Okay.
fast.
Here we go.
Definitely the variety of the Arcwing winglets and,
winner
stuff are
is
going to be cool.
Lilith, love it. Oh my God, Lilith. LilithLovett.
Сейчас, правда,
Lilith,
Ребята,
love it. You won 1,000
Давайте
platinum messenger Twitch page with your
заканчивать.
in-game alias, Xbox ID,
Why that
PS4
one?
thing.
Because he messed up.
Because I messed up.
He messed up.
Oh,
We'll hook you
man.
up. 1,000 platinum for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, good
you're
for you.
great. I'm
Yeah.
terrible.
Yep.
Way to go.
I agree.
That's perfect for the Debbie
great.
Downer
He's terrible.
mode that Sheldon's been in, actually.
What's that?
The Debbie Downer mode that you've been in. Just
man.
to be
Is
down
Scott
on
still
the-
playing Arcwing? Not coming back?
This is the problem.
He gets
I know,
kind of
he gets
lost in it,
addicted.
and he
Lost
keeps
playing
playing it. He's like, "Oh, I'm supposed to be making
So
this
is
good."
every Arcwing mission going to be a Fomorian sabotage, aside like the potential asteroid mining?
Nope.
Nope.
We have other game modes and other ways to leverage this
Okay.
this movement set, I guess.
Okay.
If we're calling it a movement set.
mode
Yeah.
of
So
play.
Scott's
Mission
off
types.
camera right now, but he
Mission
says there's going to be more than.
I'm
just-
still here. I'm omnipresent.
They can hear him? Okay, good.
We got races. It's gonna be races in space.
Race? Space race?
Space race.
Are we going to try and build a rocket to
Гонки в космосе, что?
Russia?
Yeah.
That's good.
I
Excellent.
think for 15, I think we're probably just going to start with the event, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of events,
We'll see where Scott gets.
Kick it off with an
Yeah.
We'll see how
event.
drunk I get.
Yeah, I just like usual day before. I think we
Okay.
need more missions.
Oh, okay. All right, our next question, actually, well, I don't know, but because of missions, we just did the excavation event on PC. When are we going to see that mission type return permanently? Excavation.
I don't know.
It was very well liked. There was a lot of good feedback.
It was awesome. This was definitely a team effort, right down to the wire. The hot fix was a wee bit late,
Yep.
but this is trying to get it done right. And I think the extra effort at the end and the work of everyone, it went off amazing. So
Yeah, it was beautiful.
when is it actually coming?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. It has to be polished a bit, I guess.
Yeah,
Based-
there's a few
There's
things
some-
we
there's
want to
some-
iron out, and Glenn was roaming around the raid calls and whatever, and getting feedback. So
Right.
we're acting on some of that stuff.
A lot of common, it's so big, like running from place to place, or Lotus covers up
Yeah.
the UI when she talks to me and I can't see the health.
Yeah, we want to clean up the UI a bit. It was a bit confusing with, I think Pablo and Dorian were sad because they want to redo that kind of portion of the
Right.
HUD and add more of a flexible stuff for us designers to beat on.
Right.
So I think they'll probably hopefully do that stuff before we can launch it. I'm speaking for them now, so
okay.
they're going to murder me when they see me.
They won't.
But we want to iron out a few issues, and then
And I
We'll bring it
suppose
back.
the same approach will be taken, like you said, Arcwing will be an event, kind of? Okay.
Yep.
That's the plan? anyway?
Quest.
A quest.
Event.
Yeah, 'cause
How do you
we're
do
not
one
quest.
and not
See,
the
this
other?
is the problem. This is
You guys
why
have a live
it's
event
like
going on
a
with the
it's like a snake eating its tail.
If you want, yeah. I think what we're going to
Here's
do
a
is
loner bird lifter.
before.
Thank you for adapting that.
Yeah.
I think weren't we going to do the quest leading up to actually when we finished Darkwing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people could kind of get ready for it, and
Yeah.
then once it came out,
Yeah.
they had the stuff to create it.
So
Yeah.
it's a prequel.
Yeah. Yeah. We're starting to. We've been planting the seeds for a long time, and hopefully those seeds will grow into something amazing.
And then they'll flower and fruit. And harvest them.
No fruiting.
And eat them.
Eat them. Nom nom. Bird lifters. Bird lifters are amazing.
Bird lifters.
I like what? Playing football and eating bird lifters.
Stop it. That's fine. All right. Well, we've reached our hour mark. We've showed our Arcwing gameplay. Hopefully you guys
Is there any
enjoyed
questions
it.
from chat?
Any questions from chat?
There's a lot of questions.
There's a
from
lot
chat.
of questions.
Next
There's a lot of
Prime
questions
stuff? I don't know. Next Prime
Well, we were
stuff?
cut off last stream with the
Well, we're not.
Неизвестно.
I saw some sleuthing on the internet though, so
Yeah.
who
Some
knows?
sleuthing.
Our next major update will be Arcwing.
Our next major update will be
Yeah, I see
Arcwing.
that question.
And you said that the hubs
Will
are
there be a boss battle at Arcwing?
Fomorian, maybe?
Yep, the Florian's kind of a boss.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's.
Someone wants Arcwing in the Void. I think that could be cool eventually. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be very
In the
cool.
storm.
Especially with that.
Ну, всё,
Oculus Rift support?
Давайте,
Oculus Rift
ребята,
support?
давайте.
Things to do. We are very
Oculus
busy
Rift.
to keep this game
Поддержка.
changing. I think our big focus for the next major update is going to be Arcwing and the player hubs.
Their hubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things that I think we're kind of doubling
Player
down on.
Hubs, что это?
The Ice Planet will be coming full
Ice
bore with the update 15.
Yep.
Right.
Full Ice Planet awesomeness.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
And it's replacing
Luge. Get the
Europa.
kind of luge.
I already
Europa.
figured.
Europa.
I already figured.
Europa. Yeah. I think that's.